You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
I'm your host, Brian Fullerton. I've always wanted to start off the show. Hey, it's Marty. You guys are in for a real treat today, as in just a moment, I'm going to roll the audio of Brian and his wife, Liz, their keynote from Lawntrepreneur Academy 2020 last month. As Brian mentioned on the last podcast, the audio, unfortunately, is not up to Mr. Producer standards. And this is where I would normally throw my friend Paul Jameson under the bus and ask who forgot to hit the record button. But I happen to know that Paul was podcasting from the janitor's closet all day. So you're off the hook this time, buddy. Fortunately, we have some audio from the camera, and I am a producer, so I think you'll be able to enjoy their motivational talk. Now, it won't be long until Ted calls and has him talking over at his channel. A quick word from our show sponsor, the great folks at Steel, and then we will take you back to a Saturday afternoon in Novi, Michigan.
What do you do after you're known as the #1 selling brand of gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You build a series of professional-grade battery products with the quality and performance you've come to expect from Steel, but with zero gas and zero exhaust emissions. One battery fits multiple tools for extensive use on a wide range of properties. Visit steelusa.com to learn more. #1 selling brand is based on syndicated Irwin Bro research of 2009 to 2019 U.S. sales data for the gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment category for commercial landscapers.
We having fun? Oh, come on. We having fun? You'd be like 1,000 miles away and still get everyone's heartstrings. And man, what a speech! What a speech, guys! This has been quite the treat. We weren't sure how this is all going to go. Like I said earlier today, I'm having a good time. Are you guys having a good time? Yeah. Perfect. Well, I think I know a couple people who can one-up Stan, which is pretty hard to do if you met Stan. But why don't you guys all give it up for my really, really good friends, Brian and Liz Fullerton.
All right. We got mics. Here we go. All right.
No pressure after that.
No pressure after Stan. I don't know if we can top Stan. Stan's he's a straight shooter, man. Are you guys excited or what? Come on. What are we in right now? Just room 4? Room 4, get on your feet, stand up, make some noise. I want to hear you guys right now. Look at that. Is this free? Come on, get up. Come on, great. Come on. 3. All right, we're going on a tour. 2, where you at? Come on. Wake up. 1, don't leave your hand. Come on, 1. Let's go. There we go. Now, I know 5 is a little over there by himself, but come on, 5, make some noise. Let everybody else hear you guys. Let you hear them. Dude, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, here's something else.
Well, you know what? With the event, we can do whatever we want. You write big checks, you can do whatever you guys want. If you want to do your event, say whatever you want. You guys excited? You guys fired up for real? It's been a good event. It's been a good day. We've had great speakers. I'm super proud of what they've said, what they've delivered, the heartstrings, the messages. It's been really, really good. And I don't know how you can say this, because the best is still yet to come. We got Jeff Jordan, the keynote speaker. He's going to be rocking it here at 4 o'clock. Just in a hot minute, once we're done, we're going to go outside, just get some sun, get some fresh air. There's some demos outside that wine guards dropped off, shirt track trailer dropped off. We're going to go and hang out there just a few minutes after. A little shindig that Liz and I wanted to talk to you guys about. We don't know where this is going to go. We got a couple notes, but First things first, I'm gonna introduce my wife. I know she's got 5 or 10 minutes that she wants to spend with you guys. And holy cow, what do you say?
I don't know what is left to be said.
Here's what I will say. Thank you to you for everything you have stuck this whole thing out with me. Doing YouTube, life, our marriage, everything. And stuff that we're going to share with these guys too. You're the strongest woman I know. I'm very, very proud of you. You're a butt kicker. And this is why you get the mic first, right? To make the wife cry, right, Jeff? So, thank you so much. I know you want to share with these guys just some things that you want to talk to them about that happened in their life the last 12 months. So, take it away. It's all you for a few minutes. All right?
It makes me emotional and leaves me up here by myself.
It's all you, baby.
So I think we can agree that this has been one of the truliest, toughest years we've probably all been through. And COVID just happens to be the one that we all have in common. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk to you about vision. I know we are professional horse feeders, like dead horse feeders. We actually have a dead horse drawn onto our whiteboard in our office. The almonds can vouch for this, they've seen this, because we like to feed a dead horse. And I know there's been a few people up here who's already talked about vision. But with a year like this, I think vision and the vision you cast for your family is important now more than ever. And just a little newsflash, the more success you have in life doesn't make that vision any less valuable. It's something you need to hang on to even harder the bigger your business gets and essentially the bigger your life gets. Brian's going to share with you guys some stuff that we've been through this year that will just take your breath away. And if I can leave you with any one thing, I know we've talked about it on a podcast together, creating something where on the clear days when you're thinking straight, that you can then hold on to when the waters get really rough. Sometimes it's the only thing that you can see. We talk a lot about dream boards, and if you've been to our house or seen videos of us in our house, we have pictures of random things everywhere. The Almonds talked about putting their goals on their refrigerator and on their mirrors and stuff. We do that too. Somewhere your brain is going to continuously work on it. I know in a podcast, I don't even know how many episodes ago now at this point, I talked about how when you get in your rowboat in life and you're trying to get to the island across the river, and that island is your goal. You're trying to get your rowboat to the goal. You have your action is one of your oars, and your vision is your other one. And I kind of want to retract that, because while vision can help steer you and guide you, it really what it is your compass. And sometimes your vision is the only thing that you can see on those dark nights that's pointing you to your true north and reminding you of why you're even in the boat in the first place. So with that, I think we're just going to turn it back to Brian. I know we've talked about this a lot, and I don't know what else could be kind of added to it.
Well, this has been an interesting year, to say the least. Thank you for sharing for just a few minutes with these guys. I know how much your heart goes out for all these guys. And guys, give a round of applause for my wife real quick. You know, we are freaking here! Yeah! Can you just start with that? I've got 12 months just saved up. I mean, I just want to scream at 2020, the ridiculousness of it all. But you know what? All the adversity, all the struggle, all the unknowns, all the adapting, we are still here! Yeah. We are We are going to rock and roll. You know, I did an event last year for 2019, and it was a victory lap. I didn't know 2019's Lawntrepreneur Academy was going to equip us to deal with what 2020 was going to throw at us. See, I thought 2019 was us to celebrate. What I didn't know is we were equipping you guys. So kudos to all you guys that were here from last year. I don't want to take long. We got about 20 minutes. I don't need to do that. I know it's a shocker to some of you guys that know I talk long. I just want to talk for a few minutes, man. Can we just be real for a quick second? I'm not a motivational speaker. That's what about Jeff, right? I'm just a lawn care guy. I cut grass. I literally do every single day what you guys do, 8 to 5. Oh, Brian, you need to get off the mower. I like being on my mower. It gives me time to just chill out. Put like music in my ears, put the podcast in, listen to Paul's podcast. It makes me happy. I'm in my little zone. I'm in my little world. But you know what? There's a higher calling. That's not all I'm called to do, right? We can do stuff nights and weekends. And I didn't know getting started doing a YouTube channel 5 years ago, that it would turn into this? Are you freaking kidding me? Who would have thought? Who in your wildest mind right now, maybe in this room, room 4, anybody think about starting a YouTube channel or ever thought that thought? A couple guys? Did you ever think that 4 years from now, like, you'd be doing a 300-person live in-person event in Novi, Michigan, or wherever your hometown is? Not so much. Not so much. It's crazy how things have evolved. But you know what? Here's what I want to tell you is, who wins when you succeed? Who wins when you succeed? Everybody's got a pen and paper. I'll write this down really quick. Who wins when you succeed? You see, I know who I'm thankful for. Oh, Michael Bedell. See, Bedell taught me how to run a business, a real business, a legitimate business. 4 years ago, I bumped into him. It might not even be 4 years, maybe 3 years. And I was just shooting the breeze with Bedell at Weingarten, so we made a friendship. Friendship turned into a business partnership as well, a mentorship with him to me. And thank God for Bedell. He taught me how to run a successful business, how to run a legitimate business like Keith Kalfas was alluding to before. My business was somewhat legit, it was like pseudo-legit, as Keith said. I had a lot of things I had to shore up on, and Bedell comes into my life. Thank God for Mike Bedell. A lot of the videos that you guys get to hear from, it's content from Bedell that he's poured into me, and I'm pouring into you. But let me ask you this, who wins when you succeed? You know, Bedell had the opportunity to quit. Bedell had an ex-employee break into his house, throw a brick through his door wall, steal a bunch of checks off his desk, cash them, crazy stuff, and Bedell's going, you know what, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? Thank God for Bedell sticking it out, because who won when Bedell succeeded? Me. If it wasn't for Bedell sticking around, I don't know who my business would be today. And all the how-to videos that you guys get about how to run a successful business, you guys wouldn't have those. Paul Jameson, who wins when you succeed? Paul Jameson, he's driving through the cornfields of Illinois, Midwest, he's going up to see Brian Ring and get a mower from this guy, and Paul hears the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Paul's over to the side of the road, and he goes, what? Guy? Is that you? I've heard people hear like the voice of God, but God says, you need to start a podcast. You need to give it to these guys. They're on the mowers 8 hours a day. Pour into them. You sure? Yes. Don't ask God twice, you know what I'm saying? Paul Jameson starts a podcast a little over about 2 years ago. Who's ever listened to the Green Industry Podcast? Raise your hand. All rooms, if I can't see your hand, raise your hands and look around. That man's voice has been in the earbuds of every guy in this room and probably almost every wife too. And wives, we apologize. Honey, listen to this, you know? But who wins when you succeed? Who wins when Paul succeeded?
We did.
I did. You did. Thank God Paul didn't quit. Thank God Paul answered the call. Let's keep going, man. Keith Kalfas. Who wins when you succeed? Keith Kalfas, man, he's scared out of his mind. You heard his story. Craziness. His background is 10 times crazier than he even has time to. He could be here all day for 8 hours talking to you guys about the craziness of Keith Kalfas' life. Keith Kalfas succeeds with YouTube. Keith Kalfas makes training programs. Keith Kalfas teaches me how to make training programs because I got the message. I want to teach people the X's and O's of the business. I want to elevate the lawn landscape industry. I want to leave breadcrumbs for the Brian Fullerton 10 or 15 years ago who was just scared. He was a young kid. He was scared. He didn't have any prospects. Thank God for Keith Kalfas. Keith Kalfas is a live event maybe about 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. I get a little vision. I'm like, ooh, this is kind of cool. There's 75 people in here. I could do this. I could do this. Who wins when Keith succeeded? I did. You did. What if Keith would have quit? Trolls, haters. There's an organization of tree horticulturalists and arborists. They used Keith as a poster child of who not to be 4 years ago. How do you think Keith Kalfas felt? Thank God Keith Kalfas didn't quit. Keith Kalfas manned up. He owned up. He got his business legit. And guess what? I think it was 3 years later they invited him back into that conference. I think he had the privilege of speaking. How cool is that? Who wins when you succeed? Say it again today. We can keep going. The Almonds, the Ballards, Nick Carlson. Caleb Brittany Allman. How to run a successful life, family, kids, with each other. I love watching their Instagram stories. And I don't watch it for the X's and O's. I watch it because I see them being joyful. Corey Ballard, great dude. how many thousands of people's business is better. Because that guy made great products, great business. Corey, how many people do you employ right now? 165 on one company? Almost 200? 200 employees. 200 people have Christmas presents under the Christmas tree because of Corey Ballard. I said, Corey, what motivates you? He goes, Brian, when an employee comes up to me, he might be a 19-year-old kid, and he gets his first couple, 3, 4, 5 paychecks, puts about $2,500 in his checking account, and the kid goes pay cash for his first little car. A little $2,500, little slight car, but a 19-year-old kid, he's got a vehicle. What if Corey would have gave up? Corey, you guys had some tough years in 07, 08, 09? Sure did. You guys have to infuse the business with some cash? Your cash? Sure did. Who wins? Because Corey Ballard decided to not quit and not give up on his business. Hundreds of people, if not thousands of people. Nick Carlson, man, I don't know what my brother is, but him and I have a similar spirit. He's an animal. He's a tank. He's a great dude. Helpful, kind, caring guy. But don't let that get confused. He's a butt kicker. What if Nick Carlson, everybody's heard a story from 2 years ago, how he came into GIE 2018, if I'm not mistaken, spent almost 7 figures creating Mulchmate, and came in there running on fumes with $20 in his pocket with a debut of a new product. What would you do? What would I do? $20? $20? And he just said, you know what? We gotta be at GIE, we gotta make a splash. And if I'm not mistaken, besides all the coverage in Landscape Management Magazine, the millions of views on Instagram and YouTube, they got it going on. Thank Jesus Nick Carlson didn't quit. Thank God. Who won when Nick Carlson succeeded? Everybody else. That's my challenge to you guys. Who wins when you succeed? What if they quit when something bad happens? What if they wouldn't have pressed on? What if I didn't make some YouTube videos? How different would all of our lives be? That's not about me. But I'm just saying, man, like, I know what the videos have done for other people. Changed my business, changed my life. You guys shoot me DMs. 8 a.m., 2 in the afternoon, midnight, I get back to everybody. I got a rule, I get back to them 24 hours. This is the hardest year we've ever faced. Lost money in the spring, we were shut down, 20 grand. What are you gonna do? People come out with exposing us videos on Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Exposing us? Exposing me? You know, when you do an exposing video about somebody, it exposes more about you than it does me. What a joke. Sponsors dropping on a live event. Who's happy that their ticket isn't 4 times the cost?
Yeah.
Do you guys know? I'm not throwing anybody on the bus, not naming names, but one of those sponsors dropped out. Called me 3 weeks before the event. Hey, I'm gonna go make your event. Cool, no big deal. Send the check. No big deal. Yeah, no, so like, hey, like, sort of like, hey, you know, like, hey, not gonna be able to make the event. Yeah, no, I heard you loud and clear. No, like, you're just not picking it up, Brian. We're not coming. Oh, well, we have a budget and we have bills to pay. Anybody's ticket price go up? Nope. You know why? Because we committed to you to make it accessible and affordable, to make sure that the newest guy here can succeed and get the knowledge he needs to go back and crush it with his business and take care of his family. Come on!
Yeah!
And then the stuff that turns me on, they're going to call me a sellout. They're going to say, I'm in it for me. I posted up 5 grand. What'd you post up? Troll? Hater? Sponsor? Come on. Don't be that crap. Give my money away all the time. Tell you guys what. One of the biggest, most successful, exciting things happened this year that I could ever imagine. Did a podcast with Paul Jameson, episode 200. Show of hands, anybody here in that podcast with Paul Jameson, Green Industry Podcast, episode 200. We talked about, we made it. We were succeeding. We were excited. Liz and I bought our land. One of the most happiest things ever in my life. I grew up broke, poor. We're in a double wide trailer. It's not an indictment. It just was the facts. But who cares? What am I gonna do? Just sit there? That's my reality? Life dealt me that set of cards? Not change? Not grow? Use a mix of excuses, a victim mentality. Maybe somebody else can be successful. No. No, we're going to change our facts. We're going to change our life. We're going to change our stars. It took me 10 years of just trying, failing, and adjusting, learning, until YouTube showed up in my life, the lawn care community showed up in my life. All of you guys. Every one of you. If I haven't met you personally yet today, please don't leave without me shaking your hand. You guys are family to me. Thank you. We bought our land, built our home. Life is good. My mom was here. She got laid off, looking for a job at the ripe old age of 42. Let's just say that. And tears all over the place right now. I'm sorry, guys. Mom's looking for a job, unemployment, state unemployment, federal unemployment. Everybody's milking the system. That's what you do. Everybody's, doing the deal, living the dream. And my mom starts getting panicky. I'm at dinner one day, I'm just hanging out. Mom, what's up? She's like, well, we got a couple bucks in the bank. I got out of debt and I'm ready to retire, but, I don't know. I've worked my whole life for 50 years, my mom. I said, well, how much you make? I said, it wasn't much, respectfully. So how much does it cost to keep you at home? Maybe one day be just a full-time grandma. She told me. Okay. It's not like $10,000, relax. But I said, okay, a couple grand maybe. Hey Mom, I'm kind of crazy. I started this YouTube thing about 4.5 years ago. So I make a couple bucks doing it. I've done it my nights and weekends, spare time. Every single video my first 3.5, 4 years I've done after 10 p.m. at night. Just like you guys, we go cut grass all day, we do quotes and bids. Many people, you know what they did after? They watched Jimmy Fallon. They watched how the Bears do, how the Cubs do, how the Lions did, how the Tigers did. You know what I did? I'm gonna go take care of my family. I'm not a hero. I'm actually the most average person you'll ever meet. But 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning, I'm making YouTube videos. My eyes, you guys can see the bags under my eyes? These are earned. 4.5 years just slaying, dude. Trying to grow this whatever. And to look across my mom, across an island at my mom and say, hey, don't worry about it. You want to retire? Let's add you to the company payroll. One day you'll be a full-time grandma. And let's retire my mom. And it's been 3 months and she has not had to look for stupid ass unemployment or some stupid job at 60 plus years old. Who wins when you succeed? I won, but I took care of my mom. What if I didn't win? Who's going to be taking care of my mom? Anybody see a new stimulus bill come out? No. And even that, what am I going to rely on the government? This huge hurrah, huge applause, thank you, appreciate it. One of the best days of my life, late July. September 10th, it's 2 p.m. Won't forget it. 1992, Willow Wicked Drive, 2 p.m. on a Thursday, September 10th, before the day before 9/11. Get a phone call from my wife. Riding the highs, guys. We're riding the highs. We're living the dream. Life is good. About the land. I got the house. Everything's going good. And 3 days after Paul Jameson leaves my house, who was a green industry tour from Michigan, my wife takes a pregnancy test, and we're pregnant. We're the most excited we've ever been in our life. Win after win after win, winning. We're winning! September 10th, Liz and I lost. And I want to be the hero. I want to tell you guys that it's easy. I want to tell you guys that it's simple. We got these YouTube videos. Trying to make your guys' life easy. The podcast, just make your life better, just pour it out there. Tell you what, anybody who says that life doesn't start at conception has no clue what they're talking about, because my little baby was 6 to 8 weeks along, And I know what I felt that day. I fell apart. My guy Rob comes around with a trimmer. Didn't even tell Rob. He's coming around the trimmer and sitting on the mower, and he gives me the big thumbs up. Big thumbs up, and I go, thumbs up, bud. You good? I'm good. Tears coming down the safety glasses. Who wins when you succeed? Liz and I, we're going to overcome. We did overcome. We know that baby's in heaven, and we know we're going to have the victory over the next 12, 18 months, because we're going to start a family. But during that whole time, what are we going to do? Make excuses? Not put out content, not put out a podcast, not serve 1.2 million people a month? It's bigger than you. You know how hard it is to pull deep when it's bigger than you? That's called leadership. I'm not saying I'm a leader. I'm saying I'm a server. It doesn't matter what comes against us. We're going to keep making sure that we take care of you guys. See, here's the deal. Everybody starts, we talked about this last year, very few finish. Liz said it earlier, you got to remember why you started. I know we're cutting grass, and customers are yelling at you. There's expectations, the demands, and there's supply, and there's this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's nauseating. But you know what? You got to remember why you started. I'm going to finish it up with this. Something that helped me a long time ago. It's a poem. It's called The Race. When I start to hang my head in front of failure's face, my downward fall is broken by the memory of a race. A children's race, young boys, young men, how I remember well. Excitement, sure, but also fear. It wasn't hard to tell. They all lined up, full of hope, each thought to win that race, or tie for first, or if not that, at least for second place. With their parents watching from the other side, each cheering for their own son, and each boy hoped to show his foes that he would be the one. The whistle blew and off they flew, like chariots of fire. To win, to be the hero there was each young boy's desire. One boy in particular, whose dad was in the crowd, was running in the lead and thought, my dad would be so proud. But as he speeded down the field and crossed the shallow dip, trying hard to catch himself, his arms flew every place. Amidst the laughter of the crowd, he fell flat on his face. And as he fell, his hopes fell too. He couldn't win it now. Humiliated, he just wished to disappear somehow. But as he fell, his dad stood up and showed his anxious face, to which the boy so clearly said, get up and win that race. He quickly rose, no damage done, behind the bit that's all, and ran with all his might and all his might to make up for his fall. So anxious to restore himself, to catch up and to win, his mind went faster than his legs. He slipped and fell again. He wished that he had quit before with only one disgrace. I'm hopeless as a runner now. I shouldn't try to race. But through the laughing crowd he searched and found his father's face with a steady look that said again, get up and win that race. So he jumped up to try again, 10 yards behind the last. I'm to gain those yards, he thought. I've got to run real fast. Exceeding everything he had, he regained 8 and then 10. But trying hard to catch the lead, he slipped and fell again. Defeat, he lay there silently, a tear dropped from his eye. I've lost, what's the use, he thought, I'll live with my disgrace. But then he thought about his dad, who soon he'd have to face. Get up, an echo sounded low. You haven't lost at all. For all you have to do to win is rise each time you fall. Get up, the echo urged him on. Get up and take your place. You were not meant for failure here. Get up and win that race. So up he rose once more, refusing to forfeit. He resolved that win or lose, at least he wouldn't quit. So far behind the others, the most he'd ever been, still he gave it all he had and ran like he could win. 3 times he'd fallen stumbling, 3 times he rose again. Too far behind to hope to win, he still ran to the end. They cheered another boy who crossed the line and won first place, head high and proud and happy. No falling, no disgrace. But then, when the youngster crossed the line in last place, the crowd gave him the greater cheer for finishing the race. And even though he came in last, with head bowed down, low, unproud, you would have thought he won the race to listen to that crowd. And to his dad, he sadly said, I didn't do so well. To me, you won, his father said. You rose each time you fell. And now when things seem dark and bleak and difficult to face, the memory of that little boy helps me in my own race. For all of life is that race with ups and downs and all you have to do to win is rise each time you fall. And when this depression and despair shout loudly in my face, another voice says in me loud, get up and win that race. Y'all remember why you started your companies. Y'all make commitments. And like Corey Ballard said earlier, commitment means to see it through. Liz and I are committed to you. If there's anything I can ever do, we will help you. I'm committed to my family. I'm committed to my God. I'm committed to you people. We're going to continue to lead, bring you guys great content, and help you guys grow a more successful life. That's what I got. I love you guys. We'll see you.
That applause went on for much longer than what I'm playing here on today's edition of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Hey, it's Marty. I was personally moved by the story there at the end. Honestly, I never know what to say to those that have experienced a miscarriage, except to say I'm sorry. I am glad that you had the courage to speak about it, that you guys are champions for life, and just for giving us that glimpse, a personal glimpse into your lives. It's an amazing message. We wanted to share it and get it out to you who faithfully listen, and especially so that everybody who did not attend Lawntrepreneur Academy Live could hear it. Brian tells me this is going to be the only recording that he shares from the live event. Now, the replay of Lawntrepreneur Academy Live 2020 goes on sale starting January the 1st. That's going to be $99. It's going to have all the other 6 speakers from that day. And we'll tell you more as we get closer to the new year. By the way, if you know somebody that you think would benefit from this episode, please share it with them. See you all back here on Monday.
What do you do after you're known as the #1 selling brand of gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You build a series of professional-grade battery products with the quality and performance you've come to expect from steel, but with zero gas and zero exhaust emissions. One battery fits multiple tools for extensive use on a wide range of properties. Visit steelusa.com to learn more. #1 selling brand is based on syndicated Irwin Bro research of 2009 to 2019 U.S. sales data for the gasoline-powered handheld outdoor power equipment category for commercial landscapers.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.